I've got something big coming your way, and I need you to be a part of it. This is not a sales podcast. This is a podcast where I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight of how I created a new project. And maybe, just maybe, you can use it in your own life. Coming in May, near May 18th, we're going to be launching the Catalyst School. I am so excited about what this means because it's going to be a new platform and a new community developed and created for you. You are a catalyst. You are responsible for contributing to the overall wellness and development of the people in your lives. You are there to help them find their spark and to also overcome the barriers that they have in front of them. Our job as catalysts is to see it from a larger perspective. But many times catalysts struggle with, are they doing it right? Are we going through this process appropriately? Are the things that I'm putting in place, are they similar to what other people are going through? Or am I just all alone on this journey? Let me tell you how it started. Over Christmas, we went to Las Vegas to meet with a golf instructor. And a really good buddy of mine who's had a lot of success in the social media world, Jeff Smith. And if you follow him on social media, he goes by the name Radar Golf Pro. Now, he has a terrible taste in football teams, but that's okay. He's a Florida State fan. But the fact was, he sat down with me and he said, Brett, I love your material, but is there something that you can do to help me as a coach be better? I find myself having to take your material that you give players, but I know you meet and interact with coaches and leaders and managers across so many sports, and I want to know, I want to tap into that knowledge base. And he sparked something in me. And that something is what you're seeing now in the Catalyst School. Look, I have the greatest job in the world. I've told you that many times. I'm around the best coaches, around the best players. I'm around people who are making multi-million-dollar decisions in a short amount of time and billion-dollar decisions that they're having to wait and think about. When I worked in the pharmaceutical industry, I created a program that almost resulted in a $100 million increase in sales in one quarter. I was fortunate enough to be able to put that it was my program. I'm not being arrogant. It's true. And it was about catalysts for change for our providers, using education and information to get them ready to meet the challenges that they were facing. So when he said that, it got me so excited because I've always gone to conferences and thought, why can't I go to a golf conference and see a football coach? Go to a football conference and see a gymnastics coach? Why do we have to stay so siloed? And what I realize is nobody out there is blending them. Yeah, they may be using different coaches to come on here or there, but nobody is truly breaking down what it means to be a catalyst in the heat of the moment. I'm not selling you. I'm changing your life right now. A couple years ago, I went into a shoe store, kind of a high-end department store here in Birmingham, and my kids were buying shoes and my wife was buying a pair of shoes, shocker. And as I sat there, the man walked over to me and he said, I'm going to change your life. I went, okay, well, whatever. And I said, I'm fine. I don't need any shoes. And he said, no, dude, I'm seriously, I'm going to change your life. And I said, not interested. And he said, listen to me. I'm going to change your life when it comes to your shoes. He said, we just got these in a couple weeks ago. I can't keep them in stock. And they are the most comfortable, the lightest, the most stable shoes I've ever worn. I was like, okay, tell me about them. Next thing you know, I'm putting these pairs of shoes on my feet. Not only did I walk out of there with a pair of shoes, my wife and 2 daughters also walked out of there with a pair of shoes. We bought 4 pairs of shoes because this gentleman was able to tell me the why that I was going to enjoy it so much. Those shoes, by the way, are On running shoes. I don't get paid by this. This isn't a sponsored post. I have multiple pairs. I love them. And for somebody my size, they're fantastic. But my wife wears them. My daughters wear them. They're brilliant, brilliant shoes. Okay, now, that being said, I'm going to change your life. See, you're doing okay where you are. But what's the risk of not doing better? What's the risk of not tapping into each person that you coach or manage and letting them walk out of your organization? What is the risk of that? Is it financial? Is it emotional? Is it psychological? Are you willing to accept that risk just because you don't want to change, grow, and learn? How about if I told you something that Dana Duckworth, who's the University of Alabama gymnastics coach, has something that she can change the way that you coach, but you've never been exposed to being in a gym, working with athletes, having to go through so much stuff and the doubts and the insecurities of putting themselves through those demands. What about a running coach or a manager of people? Do you think people who manage social media companies know how to deal with the millennial culture? It's what their culture is. See, we've got to bring all this information and help you. But I'm going to change your life because I'm going to give you a format that's going to help you understand the motivations of those that you are there to lead. Why are they motivated sometimes and other times they're not? Why does it matter how you present yourself in social media? Why does it matter if you post about drinking wine on social media? By the way, it does. It really does. See, I think it's okay on occasion, but if every time you post on social media you're talking about alcohol, you're going to lose the trust of your clients and the parents. I know you're thinking it's fun or it's neat, but it's not. What about how you respond to individuals? Like literally, I had a leader of a private school send me some of the most heinous direct messages I've ever had about something that he disagreed with me on. I was so tempted to screenshot them and send them to his headmasters to say, hey, this is the guy that's leading the mental health of your student athletes and your students. But I didn't, because I figured I didn't want to be a tattletale. But that's eventually going to hit that person pretty square. Why does it matter how you communicate with your parents? And what are the keys of that communication strategy? See, I've got the people on board, and I've picked their minds of the people that have already gone through the problems that you're suffering with. The doubts, the insecurities. Are you doing it right? Are you communicating in the right way? How do you manage social media? As we launch Catalyst School, there's two components. There's Catalyst School Masterclass, which is a brilliant 10 to 15 interactive lessons that I'm going to step and walk every step of the way with you. Like I am right there with you in your living room. No, literally, like I'm there with you, working with you every step of this way. Okay? And then there's Catalyst School Live, which is a really dynamic and a low-cost entry product that allows and it gives you a front row seat to interact and to be a part of webinars that are live weekly, not like once a quarter, weekly webinars on topics. Some will be very informal, some will be very formal. Some will have discussion and question and answer, and some will be diatribe, or some I'm going to have guests that come on and share. Because I don't have the best Rolodex, but I have a really good one that sometimes my catalysts that have been so influential in my life are going to be on that call and share their guidance that they've shared with me over the time. Isn't that how we grow? Is like we get exposed to new pools of information and wisdom and we start sharing that? You're going to also have opportunities to ask questions in a community of each other. See, we're building a community of catalysts. We're going to change this world. See, I said I was going to change your life, but in doing so, we're going to change the world. Because I'm sick and tired of being in a coaching crisis right now. I'm sick and tired of you not feeling like you have control over the outcomes and the choices that you make. I'm sick and tired of you feeling like you have no resources available to you and that you're hamstrung by bureaucracy. See, I'm tired of that. Instead, we're going to create a movement that is so powerful that the world is going to take notice. Look, you have no idea who's already on these Catalyst calls. I promise you, you're going to be blown away. Your colleagues are already signed up. This has been a fun experience for me to develop. And COVID-19 came, I don't want to say at the right time, it never came at the right time, but it came at a time that allowed me to focus on this. I have never been more excited for you to go to thecatalyst.school.com and learn what you have to do to join. The master class is going to be affordable, but it's a video series, right? But Catalyst School Live is less than $20 a month. If you called me and you hired me for a one-on-one session, the amount of time that you're going to get with me is going to be impactful. But you're going to get that times 4 in the first month. Like, really. See, you're going to get so much more for a absolute fraction of the price. People have changed the who and the what and the why of me. They were my catalysts. It's my job to pay it forward. That's what we're doing here. So go to thecatalyst.school.com to sign up and get more information.